In this video, I'm going to test Google's latest Gemma 4 2 billion parameter model on this tiny Raspberry Pi computer. Not only that, I'll also compare it with the latest Qwen 3.5 2 billion parameter model and test the text capabilities, the thinking versus non-thinking, the vision modes, and all of that aspects step by step, showing you the results. And yes, the results are really surprising, so you really want to stick around till the end. In this channel, I keep testing local models on the Raspberry Pi and various interesting projects like this and this. I highly recommend you guys to watch them. Google has done an incredible job with the latest generation of Gemma 4 models and how efficient they are in producing results per token basis. The quality is just amazing. Without further ado, we'll head directly to the terminal and start testing these models. I'll show you how to set them up, and then I will actually show you a guided step-by-step result comparison between Gemma 4 and Qwen 3.5 and show which one wins in the end, and you'll be surprised to see the results.
Alright, so first we will SSH into the Raspberry Pi as usual, and this Raspberry Pi I'm actually running on SSD, NVMe SSD with the SSD hat. So feel free to watch this video to get an idea of how to exactly do that. It's literally copy paste commands. But here I'm just listing out that I just have an old Qwen 2.5, but we will be using the latest Gemma 4 E2B instance, which is like 2 billion active parameters. And as you know, Gemma was recently released. It is extremely efficient in terms of memory usage, so you can deploy them on mobile and edge devices. It has agentic and multimodal reasoning capabilities, and it supports like a bunch of language. And the cool part, of course, is you can like fine-tune these models according to your own needs. Let me know if you want to see one of those videos of me fine-tuning it. But here, basically, as you can see, like on model comparison kind of side, Gemma like beats a lot of the other models in terms of how efficient Gemma actually is, which is like incredible. Okay, so we will work with the edge models because we are working on a Raspberry Pi, an 8GB version, and so E here means effective number of parameters. I'm using 2, so basically this is 2 billion effective parameters. So let's pull that model in. So to do that, it's a very simple command. You just have to come to the Ollama website and do a Ollama run and the name of the model. It's a big one. It's a 7.2GB model, so you have to give it some time for that to complete. But once that is done, you can basically run the model. So it's literally Ollama run and the name of the model. So here I was just asking it a simple hey question, and it's just so funny the kind of reasoning that it was doing with itself as to how it needs to answer to this particular question. So I just decided to show it to you guys. It was literally giving 3 options for just a simple hello message. And of course, it was utilizing all of the CPU for that. Then of course you can turn off the thinking flag because it's not always necessary. So I turn it off. It's just a flag that you pass, which -- think equals false. And now if you ask it a question, it will skip all the thinking tokens, the whole thinking process, and just directly get to the answer. So for me, I wanted to ask it this question, that how far the moon actually was. And this might seem like a simple question on the surface, but there's a lot of subtlety to it, right? Because the orbit of the moon is not spherical. The eccentricity is 0.05, so there's some stretch to it. And at the perigee and the apogee, you will see the difference. And I just wanted to see if the model could actually show that. And I was quite impressed that it was able to extract and answer some of those nuances. And this is really impressive if you think about it, because this is just a 2 billion parameter model running completely locally on a Raspberry Pi. So for the kind of answer that it gave me about this particular question, I was seriously impressed. Of course, the CPU was like 89 degrees by this point, and I had to literally turn on the fan. But yeah, that was definitely interesting. And then I went ahead and basically wanted to see how much tokens it was generating, so you could do that with the verbose flag. So I was just asking, hey, what is the time now? You know, I wanted to see if it was agentic enough to like go ahead and search the time. But for something like this, it gave me 5.3 tokens a second, which is pretty fast. But if you ask it a more technical question, like, you know, why is the sky blue? in that case, the number of tokens just drops because it needs to activate a lot more number of parameters to give you that answer. So that was quite interesting to observe. So next, as I told you, we'll be comparing the Qwen 3.5 2 billion with the Gemma 4 2 billion. So it's a fair apples to apples comparison. Of course, the architecture of Gemma is much different, but it's still 2 billion active parameters working at the same time, and we will head them against each other. Qwen 3.5 is also a very capable model, and the results are really fascinating, which we'll get to the end. But it has the same kind of agentic abilities even at the small models. It is multimodal in nature, and the benchmarks are really quite promising. So open source models, especially tiny open source models, are really headed in a very positive direction, and it's very encouraging to see labs put them out. And then I, of course, ran Qwen 3.5 with thinking turned off, just to see what kind of tokens it was able to generate for us in the 2 billion parameter version. And as you can see, it's a little sloppy, right? So even a basic question is half of what Gemma 4 did. So the token generation is like half of what Gemma 4 does. So which was kind of interesting. Then I went ahead and asked the same question: why is the sky blue? Because if you ask the same question, you can see the two models, compare the two models apples to apples. And yeah, of course, in a slightly more technical question where it has to like reason a little more, in that case, yeah, as you can, token is 1.6 tokens a second, which is half.
So already by this point, you can see that Gemma 4 is not only faster on the Raspberry Pi, even though it's a bigger model, but it's more efficient in terms of the quality of the answer that it gives. But wait, this is not the correct way of doing benchmark comparison. So next you will see that I made a detailed case-by-case comparative study and benchmark the two in a proper scientific method, and I'm going to show that to you right now, so stick around because these results are again like really interesting.
All right, now to get a little more technical, I wanted to do a proper benchmark, right? So I set 4 levels of questions. One was medium, one a little more tough, and the final one where you had to use some reasoning and number theory. And of all these 4 questions, I wanted to do both thinking and non-thinking versions and see what kind of answers it came up with. And the answers to all of these questions are fixed. There's a ground truth to which I can compare. Hence, I set these questions deliberately. For example, the answer to the multiplication question, that's a fixed answer. The question to the kinematic problem, that's also a fixed answer. And then the number theory one is also a fixed. It's a prime number. It has to be it's a number. It has to be something like that. So it's fixed. I know that the model should give me these answers. So I prepared a JSON file for all these questions, and then what I did, and as you can see, I prepared them and put them in a nice file. And then I made a Python script, which basically, there were 2 models in the dictionary. So one is Gemma 4 and Qwen 3.5, and then there's a thinking versus non-thinking mode. And all it did was it basically asked each of the models one by one in both the modes what the answers were, and it piped out that answers in this JSON structure. And then all of these results were basically saved in a JSON file. In this case, it was the text results.json, which is basically in this particular file that I stored here. And I'm going to open that up and show that to you in a while. But before that, I also wanted to show you the image generation test. Again, the same case. I basically gave it a prompt that, hey, can you analyze this image and give me a short answer as to what you see in the image? And well, the 2 images that I showed it were, number one, just a man smiling literally, and the other image that I showed was the image of a black hole. Something that I personally work on for my grad studies. But I just wanted to see, what kind of answers that, the model comes up with. And then asking the same, structured questions and storing the response in another image test.json file, which is basically this file, as you can see here. And I was just piping out the responses over here and then basically using that to do all of the comparison, the benchmark comparison. All right, so here's the part you're most excited for. This is the text accuracy kind of thing. So that's Gemma 4 and on the right you have the Qwen 3, and you can see like Gemma, just by the speed of the answers, it's way faster and it's way more accurate. Gemma got 3/4 for the non-thinking version, and for the thinking version it got all 4 correct, which is really impressive because some of those questions you had to spend some time. For Qwen, yes, it only got 2 irrespective of the thinking and the non-thinking mode. What actually ended up happening was in the thinking mode it spent close to 60 minutes generating about 1,000 tokens, and this test ran forever, and I was so bored after this. But for the multimodal image, things were really interesting. For the image model, actually Qwen outperformed Gemma in the quality of the answer. So for the black hole model, as you can see, it told that this was just a giant donut-sized orange disk blob kind of stuff. But Qwen, on the other hand, actually got it right. So it's a pass for Qwen. It correctly identified this as a black hole with a glowing accretion disk, which is super impressive. Okay, now in terms of the just generation speed, just to the raw speed, of course you can see for some of the instances, it's really interesting to see for some of the instances, the thinking versions were for some reason a little faster than the non-thinking ones. So Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 are the 4 different questions. And of course you can see for the kinematic problem, all of the models were relatively slower because of course it was, it's something they had to think of, and for the rest of the questions, they were very much fast. For example, for the last question, as you can see, it's the thinking mode for Qwen is absent. It's because this was the question where it got spiraled into getting nowhere. But okay, so the overall observation that I wanted to show you, bottom line, is Gemma, or at least on the text side, just nails it. It's way faster. It's way more reliable. But on the image side, Qwen actually wins.
I hope you guys found this video interesting. If you want me to try something else with the Gemma 4 model, let me know down in the comments. I'm also curious to try this with my local AI agent that I built for the desk using the Raspberry Pi touchscreen over there, which is this video. Let me know if you guys want to see an extension of this with the Gemma 4 model, now that this has inbuilt vision capabilities. Until then, let's all keep building, and I will catch you guys in the next one really soon.